All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to a pre-market show. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning and hope you had a great day yesterday. I believe Norm is going to be off this morning, so it would just be me. Peter might join us a little later, but either way, good morning. Good morning, Peter. How you doing?
Good morning, Carlos. I am fantastic. How are you on Thanksgiving Eve?
I am doing really good, man. Can't complain. Really, really good. So, good.
Good.
Sounds like you're doing good as well. So that's a good thing.
You
So,
bet.
all right, folks, so let's get into it as usual. Let's go over what we had yesterday. And again, another great day of trading yesterday. I was not able to trade live. I had the little one with me, so I just played around with Sim a bit. But here we had some good stocks, a lot of great things happening. So let's start over with GBT we had on our list. So I'm just going to bring over the 5 minute and the 1 minute so we can check this out. Again, just a lot of great stocks, a lot of great movements. The markets lately have been really, really good to trade, especially for us day traders looking for these momentum plays. Just a lot of movements. Things are just moving nicely with continuation, right? Because usually you don't get the continuation, but we've been seeing that quite a bit lately. So here's GBT, guys. Not the cleanest pre-market activity, but we did like the way the daily was forming. Off the top here, a beautiful pop. If you were looking this for not an ideal setup for opening for Rising Devil, right? Rising Devil, usually you want to see this selling down, finds a base, comes up, and then it gets slammed all the way down. Here's kind of pretty much flat, so you want to be cautious because this could look, it looks like a possible actual breakout that can't stick, right? So above 68.80, you want to be 67.80. Above this, which is the high of the pre-market, you want to be careful. This can take off from here and just head higher. You don't know that if this is going to bounce back or not. In this case, you can see here that it does gets rejected here and it starts selling down nicely. A beautiful rejection. After this candle here, this becomes a beautiful opening range breakdown. Because this clearly shows the sellers are in control. You can get in here for a nice short, and then you can see how nicely this thing heads down. Pretty nice here. Cannot see my screen. Hold on a second, guys. Make sure you should be able to see my screen.
I just turned off my screen sharing in case that was throwing people off. I forgot to do that. So sorry,
Okay,
guys.
no worries. All right. Cool. All right, perfect. So again, beautiful opening range breakdown here, guys. You can see it breaks down the low of the day, towards the low of the pre-market, and then even heads even lower. Again, this thing was a beautiful short. Again, after this candle here have formed. So again, waiting that 5 minutes sometimes could be very important. You can see here how that could have ended up nicely, even in the 1 minute for a nice short here. DKS also was a nice trade. This one was a little bit wild at the open. If you look at this 1 minute chart pretty close, you can see here how some of the candles are, just bouncing up, bouncing down, kind of not trading all that clean. But then it goes into this beautiful, nice groove here, right? The buyers start taking control. You get nice engulfing here on the 1 minute. The 5 is pretty much still as an indecision here, but you can see the 1 starts forming this beautiful trend trade here, right? You kind of get A, B, C, D pattern. Here's your C. This is the what we call the support, right? You can see the buyer stepping in every time it goes below the VWAP. It closes above the VWAP every single time. That's a good sign the buyers are stepping up. And you can see how beautifully this thing pops up towards the high of the day and then takes off from there. Very nice. Testing that 9 moving average constantly and just heading higher. So again, DKS was also another one that traded very clean. Didn't have the greatest pre-market activity as far as action, but the open was very nice. Once it settled down, right? Once you let that 3, 4, 5 minutes pass, you can see how beautifully this thing started trading in the 1 minute. BBY, guys, was also very nice. Look at the pre-market activity. We do have a nice pre-market action here. It has some good volume, but the open was very good and clean also. So you can see on your 5 minute, you set up a nice, beautiful opening range breakup. Here you get a pullback. Now this pullback's a little bit deep. You go all the way down towards the middle of this candle. Also, you go to the support of 77.71, which we had on here. But it does bounce back from there in the VWAP, right? So you want to wait for it to confirm this is going to go long. On the way back up is a great entry anywhere in here for long for the break of the high of the day, which at this point was also 78.56, which is the high of the pre-market. Once it broke out of that, you can see it comes back and retests that one more time, and then it just takes off from there. So again, a beautiful play here as well. If you look at the 1 minute, those first 3, 4 bars are a little bit wild. They're kind of overlapping each other. Eventually, it stays above the VWAP, finds some good support here, some good traction, heads towards the high of the day, and you have several opportunities on here. So if you missed this move here, this would have been a great entry. You can see the breakout of the high of the day, and we talk about this so often in this show. It comes right back down, retests the previous level of resistance or support, and depending where you're going, and then it heads higher. So again, that's a great move there on BBY. ANF, I didn't watch the price action closely on ANF, so not sure how it actually traded because it didn't have a great volume starting out at first, but it looks like it was a good opening range breakdown, not as clean as the other ones we just saw. But then you can see here how it bounces back. That's a nice VWAP reversal. I did see a great trade. I forgot the name of the member. He posted it on Twitter. He had a great trade in here towards the VWAP. So again, that was a nice trade. He actually was able to catch this nice move. So again, ANF traded very clean here in hindsight. Again, I don't know how the price action actually was. DLTR was just wild. This one was one that you probably want to stay away from. I mean, just the opening candle, guys. Look, this thing goes to 99. All the way back down to 95. So again, when you see such a wild open like that, you just want to be cautious. Maybe stay away from it or take a very small number of shares. We knew that this stock was going to be wild, just with the range. The range was quite a bit yesterday, from 115 all the way down to 97, 96. So when you have such a big range like that, it's very difficult to manage your risk. And at the open, you know you're going to get this craziness in this move here. So you just want to be cautious when you see this type of candle here, especially a $4 candle in this situation. Eventually it does settle down. You can see on the 1 minute, that's a beautiful double bottom here on the 1. I like the double bottoms better on the 5 minute or a bigger time frame. It just gives you more confirmation. But on the 5, you do have support coming off this 93.74 level, which we found on our daily chart. Right, this is not from the 5 minute chart. This is on the daily chart we found yesterday. You can see it's fine support there. Every time it goes below it, the buyers step up and get it above that level. It's able to hold, get to VWAP, and then from there squeezes higher. So again, could have been a great reversal play here if you were looking at this one holding that 93.74 level that we had. CCXI started a little bit wild. We were all looking at this one for a possible short. Again, so started a little bit wild here. You can see some of the candlesticks are overlapping each other. On the 5 wasn't really clean, no patterns really forming. Eventually, after 15 minutes, it started settling down. You can see here around 10 o'clock, it kept holding this low of the pre-market, a low of the day. Eventually, it lost that. This was the indication this thing was going to head south. Starts leaving the VWAP, starts losing momentum towards the top, holds on to this 9 moving average on the way back down. Another retest right on here. So if you're looking for a trend trade, this would have been a good one, a good entry here, or a good add as well, as it continues to hold this 9 moving average, just nicely selling down all the way down to 30 from like 35, 36. So again, a good move on CCXI, but you have to be patient. This was not an easy trade, guys. This would have been taking a lot of patience. You have to really have good timing on it, because you don't want to get in when these candles are being formed, these big red candles. You don't want to get caught on the way down and then get caught in a pullback like it did here. So Disney also put in a beautiful double bottom of the 1 minute chart. Again, the 1 minute chart double bottoms are a little bit more difficult to trade into time, but you can see here clearly a nice double bottom being supported by this 150 level here. Comes up above VWAP. You can see the support being held here, and then from there it just became really strong. Now remember, Disney was at all-time high, so we were expecting that this thing was going to continue to be strong. We expected profit taken to be done. Usually when you have an all-time high in a move like that, you're going to have some profit taken, but once it comes up above the VWAP, you can tell that this thing was going to be strong. And then you do get some pullbacks here, some ABCD patterns on the 1 minute was a lot cleaner than the 5. If you look at the 5, I mean, there's almost no way to almost trade this. The 5 is very choppy here, every candle overlapping the previous one, but the 1 minute, you can see some clear patterns here on the 1 minute chart. All right, so that is what we had, guys, from yesterday on top plays and highlights. Let's go over, is this list live? Let me just make sure. Is this what we have, just 2?
Sorry about that. It is live.
All right.
That is correct.
Okay, cool. So let's before we get into that, Peter, do you have anything, any announcements on the SPY, the markets, anything that we should be aware of today that we should be on the lookout for? It looks like it's starting to become slow, which we expect going into the holiday end of this week.
Well, that was the biggest thing I was going to mention. So obviously this is the Thanksgiving Eve, which arguably is the largest holiday in the U.S. It's certainly one of the big 3, with Christmas and Independence Day being the other 2. So we can expect a slowdown in the markets. I think our pre-market gappers is sort of indicating that. And we saw yesterday afternoon, it was pretty slow. So for those of you that will be here in the room throughout the day or trading this afternoon, I expect it to be pretty quiet. I will be here and on the mic this afternoon. We're going to be talking psychology and trading strategy. So stick with me if you're doing that. I expect to be filling the the slow times in the markets with it. From a global perspective, the markets are slightly up today. Futures are showing a slight increase around the globe, but very marginal. So we're not having any big gaps back here in North America, we are gapping up very slightly, but not so much. So we'll see what the gappers give us. So when you get through this small list, I've got a couple others that I'll mention for the group, Carlos. Oh, one last thing. We did earlier this morning have the U.S. GDP announced. It was slightly above the estimate. There was an estimate of 1.9%. The prior mark was 2%, and it came in at 2.1. So not significantly over, but still a little bit of an increase to continue to help support this this market, which is just, it seems to be indomitable. It just keeps going up.
Yeah, it is on a tear, man. I mean, we expected a nice little run. Usually we get these runs towards the end of the year, Christmas time. You know, a lot of companies do well during that time of the year. You know, a lot of sales, everybody's shopping and spending money, which is good for the markets. But man, this started very early on. Norm and I were talking about this offline. This thing started to move, you know, sooner than it usually does, right? It started kind of like in October, looks like early October, just kind of heading higher here and never looking back, continuing to break newer highs. So, all right, that's good for us. So let's look at the two stocks we have on our gappers list today. So let's look at SFET, SEFT, sorry, SFET. There we go. SFET. So this one, yeah, we have looked at this one before. It doesn't trade very well, guys. This is one of those stocks that's it's a lower flow stocks. It's only 219,000. So I'm going to put this down here in our riskier pile over for the low flow teams. Might not be one that we watch today. Again, I don't think it is anything is tradable, obviously, but this is one that I just want to stay really away from. So as you can see here, very wild daily chart. Look at these pop over here. Look at the drops. Again, today we're up 53% with 1.2 million shares traded. Guys, it is a low flow. So if you're trading this in the pre-market, there are opportunities to trade this in the pre-market. And I've seen people take amazing trades, but you really have to have a plan. You know, whether you're scalping, whatever you're doing, you have to really manage your risk accordingly on this. If you're new, if you're starting out, you know, just avoid it. You know, there'll be opportunities for you to try this later on as you become a more experienced trader. But just be cautious, because as fast as these things go up and as sexy and great as they look, they can also be terrifying and horrible if you get caught in the wrong side. So if you're starting out and less experienced, just avoid them completely. And if you are trading them, just really manage your risk appropriately. So let's look at, before we move on, any specific news on SFET and why this is popping up today, Peter?
Yeah, so guys, as Carlos said, this is a very, very low float, so you've got to be very careful with that. It is also an Israeli company. They had earnings, and just to give you an idea of how small this company is, their earnings increased by 444%, jumping from 248,000 to over 1.3 million in revenue. So you could tell, like that, it's just a small company with not a huge amount of revenue. So those types of increases, percentage-wise, sound really impressive. From an actual, revenue, they're still pretty small. So that's all earnings based this morning.
All right, excellent. All right, let's see what else we have here. So now DE, let's see what DE has. So DE has 267,000 shares traded at the moment. It is down 4.2. So this one, again, the daily chart looks okay, not all that great. You do have some choppiness here. The last couple of days just kind of looks like it's been consolidating after topping out at 180. You almost somewhat got like a double top here on the daily, and then we drop down to a lower range here. Looks like we've been stuck in here between 177, 174. So today we're gapping down a bit. Pre-market activity is not looking all that great. We do have some volume, but this is a very choppy pre-market action at the moment. The daily looks great in the fact that we're back at this level of prior resistance, right? Over here, going back towards beginning of October. And we've seen this play so many times, guys. When a stock drops like this, it finds a support, and usually the support, if you go back to the left, you're going to find it at a location where it was previous support or previous resistance, and this is what it's doing here. At the open, what you're going to see is, if wait for it to settle down, and you're going to see sometimes if it loses this area here, it's going to drop nicely, or it can just chop around for a bit and then start closing this gap. We've seen that plenty of times. So don't be short bias on this stock just because it's down 4.5. This can actually bounce from here, start closing this gap nicely. Peter, what's the news on this one today that's causing this drop?
So this is also earnings. In this case, though, they actually met their earnings for the quarter. However, they issued some forward-looking guidance saying that trade tensions are causing farmers to be uncertain, and they're seeing lower numbers of orders coming forward for farm equipment. So Deere and Company is suggesting that they're going to have worse quarters going forward, which is what's dragging it down.
All right, perfect. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this one and see what we can get out of that one. Again, pre-market activities hopefully can get a little bit better. Right now, pretty choppy. We do have some volume, but that volume is not creating a nice flow here in our pre-market. So hopefully that can get slightly better as the morning develops. Let's look at ARAV, another one that just came up in our gappers list. ARAV has 105,000 shares traded right now. It is down 18.7. This is also a very low flow stock. Total of number of shares is 5.7 million shares size flow. And you can see here this was active a couple of days ago, went from 9.74 all the way up to 16 bucks and then right back. Actually, no, gapped up at 13.50, went up prior to 16 bucks and then sold back down. From there, it's been consolidating around the 9.50 area, and now we're dropping down again. So I think the fun might be over on this one. It might just head back down to this 6.50 range and just continue on its merry way. But we'll keep it on here for now, see if we can get any kind of fallen angel happening here on ARAV, but I don't expect anything too exciting to happen on this one. Also, it's a lower flow stock. We really don't focus on these type of stocks. They are opportunities here, of course, but we see a lot of consistency we find in these large to mid flow stocks, and this is what we really focus on. So we'll keep it on here for now, but might not be one that makes our final list, even on the risky pile here of low flow stocks. All right, so let's go over to NASDAQ active, NASDAQ
So
gainers.
this,
Yeah, go ahead. You have something on this one?
I was just going to say, just to fill in the details on ARAV. So they did announce a secondary offering this morning at $7.50. So it looks like they were trying to take advantage of that pop in their stock price, as Carlos pointed out from a few days ago. And as you may know, whenever you get a secondary offering, it's dilutive to the stock, especially when it's a low float, which is having that expected pull down.
All right, excellent. So we'll keep an eye on it. It seems like it's heading right back down. It's looking pretty weak, but let's see how that develops and if we can get any opportunities out of this one. Although, again, we don't really focus on these type of low flow stocks. All right, NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainers. Let's see if we can find something exciting on here. OCGN, penny stock, we'll skip that one. SFED we have on our list already. This is the low flow of the day that's very active, 1.3 million shares traded right now. And it actually has, for low flow, this is a great pre-market activity. Look at the range, look at the volume. Right, so this is trading very well today. If you're watching low flow stocks and you trade this should definitely be on top of your list this morning. PACQ, nothing happening here. Several high frequency trading. You can tell here by the number of shares being transacted. Look at this here, guys. So again, nothing fun to watch there. Next, we have volatility index, which has probably is gonna hit zero any minute. The way this market is going, they might have to close this thing down. Peter, you might know about this. What would happen? This is a good question since we do have some time today. What would happen if this thing does hit zero? What happens? Does it start going negative? I mean, I never experienced that. What would take place? And I know you might not have the answer to that.
Yeah, I mean, they've never really experienced that because we haven't been in such a unprecedented long bull market. But in theory, it should never hit zero because it is a volatility index, and your volatility will never be zero. As such, there should always be some measure against it. However, it's sort of an indirect measure, so we'll have to see. I mean, I don't know when it gets down to below $5. It'll be interesting because I don't think this was never intended as a vehicle to be this low in terms of its pricing. So
yeah. So Lee mentioned that they will do a reverse split on it. So that makes perfect sense. Yeah, that makes sense to split it up. All right. So let's head down here to ONTX. This one is a penny stock trading under $1. We'll skip that one. AMD. See, today's a good day to watch AMD. On the daily chart, they've been tearing it up. Beautiful daily here. Very strong ABCD patterns after ABCD patterns, following this 9 moving average nicely. The minute it gets a little bit extended from the 9 moving average, notice how it comes right back down and regroups, finds support. Now here, we're in an area where we're kind of consolidating, right? So the move here has been very extended. We're now consolidating between 40, 50, and looks like 39-ish. We have a nice support on here. Looking at the pre-market right now, we do have some volume, 444,000. Not a great pre-market activity in its own. It's not clean. It seems very choppy here, but we do have the volume. On a day like today, we can watch AMD, put that on our list because we don't have a lot going on this morning on the gappers list, which we will expect, given it the fact that we're in heading into the Thanksgiving holiday. So AMD's on here. FFHL. It's not doing much this morning. Again, trading at $4.32, 293. What's the float on this one? I can imagine it's not great. FLHL, 3.2.
it's very low.
Yeah, very low and no volume. So again, not attractive. So let's skip this one. HEPA. This one is also not looking great. Man, it looks just like HH. I'm sorry, FFHL. Looks exactly the same, so nothing attractive there. Let's look at AMRH. Also, this one is also not looking great. Look at the pre-market activity, guys. Nothing exciting here. Must also be a low flow stock as well. Yeah, 2.1, so nothing good there. Roku. Let's see what Roku's up to. Roku's daily looks very nice, actually. We're gonna add Roku to our list here, guys. I like the way Roku is setting up. You do have a beautiful daily here on Roku. Look at this. Look at this nice run up here, and then you have a beautiful consolidation happening here, and you have a clear area of resistance over at the previous day close line, which was the high from yesterday. And today we're gapping up slightly above that. I don't know if it's gonna have the juice to actually squeeze above this previous day close, but this daily does look interesting. And a day like today, we definitely can watch Roku, so I'm going to throw that on there. All right, NASDAQ gainers, let's go through these really quick. SFED we looked at, not great. FFHL, not great. AMRH, also another low flow stock, not great. TNXP, horrible. MYSZ, another one that's pretty bad. DOOO is not doing anything. We'll skip that one. NVAX, crap. UXIN, not nice. PTI, also brutal. And HPA, we looked at earlier, not great. Okay, so we have not much here today, but we can definitely find something, guys. What do you guys like this morning? Andrew is on the mic as well. He'll be joining us shortly, and he's going to go over to what he likes this morning as well. All right, so we have, let's start over. Oh, Peter, what do you have as well?
Yeah, a couple that I could mention off the top. So that had some news. So starting with Dell. So Dell had some announcements after the close of the market yesterday, and they cut their guidance. So they're actually citing, which was interesting, a shortage of Intel CPUs is one of the reasons why they were having some issues, but they also had weaker demand. So I'm not sure how those play together, but Intel doesn't seem to be having any effect, but Dell certainly is down. We can see gapping a little bit, even though the volume isn't that great so far this morning. Yep. The other one to take an eye on is BTI. This is the second largest tobacco company in the world, BTI. They had earnings and they actually raised their overall guidance despite saying that their e-cigarette unit in the U.S. is seeing a downturn. As you can imagine, with all the issues around vaping, they're seeing lower sales, and there's pending risk of litigation. That being said, I mean, they still raised their forward-looking guidance, and as you can see, this stock it's sort of like a Boeing. It always makes me think of, because it's remarkably resilient despite all the bad news out there. Not typically a great trading stock, but it had some news.
Yeah. Yep.
The only other one I'll mention, because some of our members were talking about it, was Baba. Baba actually has a good daily. It always looks good. I just find it tough to figure out what it's doing in the day. So it always looks great, sort of, when I look at the chart, and then when I go to try to trade it, I'm not sure. For some reason, it doesn't make sense to me. But if you're watching it, there certainly are good trades on days, because it can trend. It can trend very nicely. So it might be worth watching today as it breaks out of these highs.
Yeah, excellent. So I see Baba. So we got that one down, guys. Dell, we have Twitter. So I see you guys mentioning Twitter. Let's take a look at that. Twitter's daily is nice. Looks like it's trying to come back from this bottom that it made down here. So it looks like it's trying to get going. So this could be interesting on Twitter as well. But again, it doesn't have the volume right now, which a lot of these stocks don't just yet. I'm going to leave Twitter off for now, because the volume is just so light. Like Dell also has a light volume, but this has 64 dollars. If it can get going a little bit more, it will hit our scanners in a bit here. So what else we have, guys? What else you guys like this morning? ADSK has earnings. And I'll get to the YouTube chat in a second as well, see what you guys like this morning there. ADSK has earnings, but really low volume, guys. I mean, the daily chart looks amazing, right? If you're swinging this from 146, beautiful. But right now, the volume is not great. Could be a good one to watch in our secondary list and kind of see what it's doing. The moves seem pretty nice here. It looks like it's getting a little toppy, a little extended. Might be heading for a pullback or consolidation. But again, guys, not sure if this one's going to be active right at the open.
We've watched this one in the past, and you got to be careful in ADSK. This is one that can jump $3, $4, $5 in a matter of seconds, so you really have to be careful. I've watched it in the past, traded it successfully once or twice, but as you say, the daily chart looks good, but sometimes these moves happen very quick. So
Yep. AVX, this one here, pre-market looks a little bit choppy, guys. It does have a nice pop of 35%, 528,000 shares traded. So it does have some volume. Pre-market actually is just not looking all that great. It looks pretty flat here on this 2035. So I'm not sure if this is any type of buyout. The volume looks pretty low for a buyout. So I'm not sure what was causing some of that. All right, guys. So let's look at a few on YouTube. HPQ at the moment, again, light volume as we're seeing a lot today, but I don't like what's happening here on HPQ with the pre-market action. Even with this light volume at the moment, can become better, guys, but right now it's not looking all that great. GES also not a lot of volume, and also the pre-market action is not great. And the daily chart's kind of stuck within these ranges at the moment, so I don't want to really focus into that right now. And VEEV, this one here is this one has a nice little pop, not a lot of volume, but this has a gapping up 4.3. It looks like it's left this area of resistance at 160. And it can run if it can get going towards this 170 area. So this was interesting. I'm going to put it on here. Might not be one that we keep, but it could be interesting given the fact that today there's a lot of stuff that doesn't have great volume at the moment. All right, guys, let's go over to announcements. Peter, you want to run through announcements, and then we can come back and see what Andrew's watching. He'll jump on, and then we'll go back to doing levels of support and resistance. And if you guys see anything else that's moving great, please throw it out there. We can definitely take a look at it.
sounds good. Will do. So, guys, continual reminders here that we have our scanner contest, which is ongoing. We want your ideas. We want your thoughts. So if you can, give us some suggestions of what scanners you think would be a great addition to the ones that we display for you every day in the room. We'd love to hear it. Go to our forums. Abiel's posted the link up above so that you can find it in our notification section, and we'll reward you for your effort. So Andrew's kindly offered to buy you the device of your choice, whether that's an iPad or an iPhone, or if you're an Android, I'm sure he'll deign to give you an Android device. So but either way, guys, we want your ideas because we really want to make sure we're continually improving those scanners and submit them in. We do have a couple of meetups coming. I'm excited about the Toronto meetup. That's happening this Friday, so just a couple of days away. We will be in Toronto. It looks like there's going to be a great crew there. We're about 30 strong at this point, and we usually get a few more that show up. So join us if you can in Toronto. We'd love to see you there. It's a great city, and not only will we have the meetup and some fun, who knows, we may hit the town afterwards. So. But one way or the other, hopefully we'll see you there. That's the 29th, as I said. I think it starts around 6:30, a little bit earlier start time, but and you can look in our forums for the exact location. Then coming up in December, we have their pre-Christmas event in London, England. So if you're in London or in the area, or if you've always wanted to visit, join Andrew and his wife and the group there, as they will be in London for that meetup. I think that should be a lot of fun. I like London. It's a great city. So that's on the 14th of December. Hopefully you can join Andrew and the group there. Last thing I'll mention, guys, is that we've got a couple of discounts. You see on the screen, we have our trial discount. So if you're joining us here on YouTube and you like what you hear and you want to see what it's like in the room, please do. We are sincere about wanting to educate and support everyone, but we acknowledge not every room is for every person, and we want to give you a chance to try it out. Join us, give it a shot. We think you're going to love it, but if you don't, you can get a discount code. Use premarket24 as the discount code, and you can join us for a week. It doesn't auto-renew. We won't be selling you anything else. It's just an opportunity for you to try the room. Please try it out. And it is a holiday week, as we've mentioned. And if you're on our mailing list, we are offering some discounts on our lifetime memberships. So if you're looking at joining BBT, or you've been here in the room sort of on the trial and you say, you know what, now is the time for me to go full time, we do have a Black Friday promo we're just sort of launching out there, and you can join for a significant discount off of our lifetime membership. It's only on the one-time payment, but it's such a good deal, you can't pass it up. I think we're offering, you'll have to help me out. I'm pretty sure I know the number, but I don't want to get it wrong. I think it's 40% off of, there it is. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's on
It's on the
screen.
screen. Look at that, 40% off of our lifetime membership. So guys, it's rare that you'll see that type of discount. That's very significant. If you're thinking of joining, it's on the one-time payment only, but use the Black Friday 19 when you get to the checkout, and you can join us as a lifetime member, and you get full advantage of all of our resources, including our training material, the room, of course, our fantastic moderators, and Andrew live trading every morning. So it's a great opportunity. As Andrew says, Daz will also be throwing in for 3 months of the simulator when you pay essentially for 3 as part of the lifetime. So that's a great opportunity. All right. Those are our announcements for this morning.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm going to switch over to Andrew's screen so you guys can see how we're prepared for the market. So here we have DE, AMD, Roku, Dell, BTI, BABA, and VEV at the moment. Again, we're going to start to fine tune this a little bit more. Andrew's going to come on now. I'm just going to flip over to his screen in a second here.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Peter and Carlos. If guys, I knew you appreciate me being early in the chat room, I would have been jet lagged all the time. Honestly, I didn't know that people would appreciate that. Excellent. So let me share my screen. So yeah, surprisingly, not much going on because yeah. So obviously, yeah, it's tomorrow is a holiday, Thanksgiving. Probably a lot of people are already hitting the road. Example of that would be Norm in our community. He's in San Francisco with his family. So a lot of people are gone marketing. We'll see how it goes. Tomorrow is a holiday. Friday is a short trading day, so market closes at 1 p.m. So again, might not be a lot of action going on. So yeah, so that's it. So yeah, so about this Black Friday deal, we had a chat with Daytrading, and we asked him to possibly offer us, an extra something for our traders. So they offer 1 month free DAS simulation, which is $150 worth of software. So for those of you who need a simulator, if you sign up with 3 months, you get additional so it's will be 4 months. You can use it, you can give it to someone else or whatever you want to do with it. But that's something that you might want to consider that. I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry, I thought I'm sharing my screen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So that's one thing. So yeah, Toronto Meetup is definitely something that we want to have as well. So it's on Friday. Honestly, I was expecting maybe 5 people show up. I think we have a couple of very old-time members. Nas is there. TJ is there. Mohan is there. These are the old members that I know. I saw the last time. But now there are 28 people. So yeah, so that's gonna be fun. But no, it's good. It's fun. I have a couple of friends there too who come, and then who knows? Maybe after that we hit one of the party places. Yeah, so that's one thing. What else? London. Yeah, London meetup would be awesome too. Again, my wife hasn't seen London. The main reason that I want to come here is because she wants to see the London, and of course we have a lot of traders. London is the financial capital of Europe for now. Before Brexit, and then yeah, there's a lot of traders over there. I'd love to go there and love to see them. And they actually booked one of them is so Helen here is in the chat, and Helen she actually declined a wedding invitation to come to this meetup, which begs the question: are you out of your mind, Helen? Why are you not going to the wedding and coming to this meetup? You should definitely consult a doctor. Anyways, but no, I'm just kidding. But I heard that. I was like, why are you doing that? But no, thanks. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. And so let's go through the watch list. So not much going on. There's one piece of garbage, SFET, which is a low float stock, already popping up a lot, 45%, 46%. So this was active a couple of time ago. So the all-time high is 1575. So again, these are tough to trade. So I might not touch it, but let's see how it goes. You gotta definitely, if you want to trade these garbage stocks, you have to be really mindful of your size. DE is interesting, gap down 5%. And there are really nice levels that you can find. So in terms of level, there's no issue finding levels. 169, 68, 171. and 166.74, 162.79, 161.41. So these are the levels that at least I found. And let's see how it goes. I think it's a really decent level around. There's not a lot of activity, but we'll see how it goes. BABA on a daily chart popped up. This Chinese stock are really active. So on a weekly chart, if I wanted some levels on BABA, the next one is 201, 205, and 211. I wouldn't be surprised if these stocks are going up. And maybe this is something about the China deal. Maybe China deal is going through, because usually Wall Street is ahead of us. So if the street is buying these Chinese stocks, maybe China deal, because they have a lot of China exposure. So, so that's one thing. Some people mentioned, what else, Carlos, you actually discussed that. Roku is doing some stuff.
Yeah, Roku's daily looks really good.
Yeah, so the Roku is popping higher on a daily. There you go. So I think it would be ready to go all the way up to this. Yeah, so it's very interesting, popped up, decent price action. I know Masood probably hates that. Masood is one of our traders in Montana. He had a couple of bad losses on Roku, and now he's back up to 166. He's probably not going to have a good time right now looking at this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he got a stuck in a couple of drops on it, but no, just kidding. So this is it. In terms of Nasdaq active, so we have a garbage penny stock. PACQ is a piece of garbage. SFIT is doing some stuff. ONTX is nothing. TVIX is going down. Yeah, because the market is making again all-time high. I love that. Love this market. Nothing can stop this market. So Boeing BA.
Yep, check out Dell too when you get a chance, Andrew.
Oh, Dell. So it's DELL?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a lot of volume, but it looks good on the daily. If it gets the volume, it could be nice today.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The daily chart looks great.
Yep.
So right now, as you see, so we're finding the levels. So these levels are magic. So back in June, July, so this is magic. If this is not magic, you tell me what magic is. It's just a beautiful holding. See, for weeks, hold that, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back, bounce back. This is what I'm talking about. Let me actually put it here. So see, bounce, 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 bounce. So it means that 50.81 is a level. And right now, we're bouncing around that level. So this is magic. So that's a level, definitely. Let's see. If we crack that one to the downside, then the next very important level is 48.75. Seems that there are a couple of bounces also from 49.37. So it's worth to mention that. And that's it. So let's see. We're up. If you want to move up, obviously there's a moving average. But before the moving average, we have 51.71, which is a bounce from this area. And yeah, it's tough to find anything up there. But yeah, that's definitely 51.70 would be something. AVX, a couple of traders are mentioning AVX. AVX, what's the float? It got to be a low float stock. Let me check the float on that. No, it's actually not. 168 million shares float. Pop up, decent volume. Yeah, AVX is probably the fact that didn't hit our scanners because of the average to range is 28 cents. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Let's see how it's being traded at this moment. Yeah, definitely it's worth watching it on a daily chart. Oh, yeah, look at that. On a daily chart, we have this beautiful level around here. Back in. You know, I have an idea for DAS Trader. You know, if they can come up with a feature that all of our members can automatically get my levels. So whatever I put here, they automatically transfers to all of our users because they can come up with a list of users. Then you guys don't have to find the levels. We can find it for you. I just came up with that idea. Yeah, that would be an awesome feature, isn't it? So you guys are even being more lazy. Yeah, and the next option would be all of your accounts would be connected to my account. So whatever trade I do is.
That's already out there. I saw an ad with that craziness. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, just no. The market, that's a problem. The market is not liquid enough to do this kind of automation. You can do it on Forex because in the currency market, liquidity is not an issue. Liquidity just trillions of dollars just trading every single day. And you know, in a Forex market, you don't see volume. When you look at the chart, there's no volume. Just volume is meaningless in currency market because it's just trillions of dollars are being traded interbanks. But in a stock market, you can't do this kind of automation because then the orders affect each other. How many volumes is for some stocks, especially for thin liquid stock. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, AVX, is it a buyout or it's a news of a buyout? Again, I want to show you magic, guys. I mean, I know you guys are. It's so simple that this is so simple that there's this bounce from 2086, and look at this 2086 high of pre-market. Just amazing. Yeah, AVX is if it's not a buyout, definitely is a stock tradable. And UAAA, we can take a look at UAAA as well. UAAA. That one is interesting. Yeah, they didn't hit our scanner because of the volume. Again, it's because of the, Thanksgiving tomorrow. Probably not a lot of trader out there, so a lot of people on that. But that's definitely tradable. So the first level that we have is around this moving average at 1920. Right now, we are sitting at a very important level around these two back in October. There's a very beautiful, these two levels. And if you want to go back, let me actually remove all of the old lines. So yeah, so we have this level. And then we have this moving average. And then there is one big bounce from, so there are a couple of bounces here. So these two bounces are important because that's the high of the gap after this drop on November 4th. That's important. And these three also, I think, are important. So come back into September. See, there's three bounces here at around 1830. 1, 2, and 3. I think these are really good levels to trade. AVX. So I think this is really good, guys. I mean, I wasn't expecting to come up with this 5 or 6 really good stock. I think for the day before Thanksgiving, it's really good. So I'll keep the trade idea scanner on if there is anything else hit, but I would doubt anything else would come. And then we can also look at the trade idea scanner and see if there's anything useful comes out of that. Again, another couple of announcements. Toronto meetup. You're welcome to come, but sign up. Please sign up. The reason that I'm saying sign up is, first of all, we want to make sure that the venue can actually accommodate everyone. And the second of all, how much money I should bring with myself. That's another thing, because I'm paying for drinks. No, I was kidding. But no, about the venue. Venue is very important because we just have to make sure that everyone fits into the venue. And trade idea scanner, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit behind to catching up with that. There's a lot of good scanners. Justin and a couple of other people posted there. It's really worth watching it. And again, Trade Idea is a very powerful platform. And I was in San Diego. I had a chat with them. They are really committed to make this a very powerful. So any feedback that we tell them, they actually implement that and we say, hey, can you do this 2% above VWAP or minus VWAP or volume? They implemented that. So we can actually talk to them. And if there is anything that we want, they can actually work on it and implement that. And it's very difficult because there's a lot of data that they have to process and stuff. So we can take advantage of that. It's not a necessary tool for traders, especially for new traders. So if you want to save some money and stuff, don't get it. But if you can afford it, I think it's and if you're serious, you want to really survive in this game, I think it's a good thing to have. So that's definitely one thing that I want to mention that. Yeah, so that's it. Who is test drive? Somebody comes and test drive us. Yeah, well, welcome test drive. So you're doing a test drive for community. Yeah, really welcome. So on my watch would be, so Brian came on. Brian is looking at Labu too. Labu is a stock that Labu and I go a long way. This is ETF for biotech companies. And let me tell you, I had my worst losses happen in Labu back 2015 here. Yeah, that was around this time that I had a serious loss back in 2015. And the reason for that was during the election for 2016 election, and that time everyone was thinking Hillary has a really good chance of getting elected. And she tweeted something. I still have the screenshot of that tweet. That I was really long on biotech, and she tweeted that if I become the president, I know how to do with these high drug prices and stuff. And as soon as the tweet came out, I got stuck in a flush down. That's a boom. I had a really, really bad loss on that. So thanks to Secretary Clinton. Perfect. Thanks, TJ, for that. All right, so that's it. So, Brian, what are you doing? I'm just posting my recap stuff.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Doing well. I'm just setting up my screens here. What's this? A RAV? We were trading a RAV a couple, last week. See that big sell-off. So what do you
or Carlos, anything else you guys want to have chat with that?
Baba?
Baba, yeah, I do have
Real
Baba
cool.
because the daily looks very, very good, Brian, if you see that. Also, it's very active pre-market, man. 1 million shares traded right now. So Baba is looking very, very interesting.
Yeah. Very. Hope still got some Baidu, so I'm hoping that catches a bit of a bid with Baba.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to check JD, see what JD is up to. Usually when Baba is active, JD is as well. But right now, JD has no volume whatsoever. Just 16,000.
No.
Yep, James and YouTube. UAA we do have. UAA is looking very nice. UAA. So we do have that on watch. It's about to hit our scanners pretty soon. 97,000 shares traded right now. It is up 3.7. And the daily looks interesting. If you look at the daily, it's going over the area of resistance a couple of early November. So it's above that. If it can get going here, it can start kind of closing this most recent gap we had here, right? So it was pretty beat down here a couple of days ago, early November. It's kind of consolidated, going sideways, and now it looks like it wants to make a run here. So UAA is interesting. We definitely have that on our list this morning.
Yep. Definitely. So we'll just keep an eye on the turbo breakups and breakdowns at the open here.
Guys, I just want to mention something. If you're not in Brian's swing list, go and sign up in our swing trading page, because he's killing it these days with his trades. You don't get the email. Whenever he makes a trade, he sends an email to only people who are signed up for swing trading. And about over 1,000 people are right now already in there. So you don't have to be a member. So but if you're in our list, doesn't necessarily get those emails, because we don't send it. We don't try to spam it. But going to the swing trading, maybe Abby will put that. Oh, there you go. So you should definitely get into that, because that's and his market recaps are really good. His trades are amazing. You write options on them, boom. You would have, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a swing trader, but if you're really a swing trader, these emails are coming in. Instead of trading it, just write a call option or put option. The returns will be amazing. And so this is something that Brian has to do. He has to come up with a course. And I'm bugging him all the time, but he's just too lazy because his wife has got him a dog, and he has to take care of the dog all the time. And that's unfortunately.
And then I've got my 3 Ferraris that constantly need work.
No, he doesn't have a Ferrari. That's a joke. But he has a dog. Seriously.
I'm joking.
The dog. I don't know what happened.
But it is. Yeah, it's true.
I think so.
I'll come up with a good course.
All right.
Yeah,
So how
box
many times
looks
do we have? We have 5 minutes. Yeah.
box does look kind of interesting. Someone that mentioned that.
Box. Yeah, that looks good. Disney's also, someone mentioned that on YouTube. That also looks interesting for a
Eduardo.
possible continuation on Disney. It's been having a couple of strong days. If it can get going, a nice squeeze here will be nice. Volume is light right now, but it's a good one for later on today. We just got to see how the market's going to open on a day like today. Volume could be a little bit lighter. Things might not get going right away, or might not have a lot of strength to start squeezing above all-time high here on Disney. But we'll see. This market, anything is possible because we've seen how strong this thing has been. So I won't put anything past it at this point. All right, I see you were mentioning Baba quite a bit. Yeah, Baba's definitely looking great.
Baba is. Is there some news on Baba?
You know what? I did not see any significant news on Baba.
Oh, there is. Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it did have that Hong Kong listing. I thought that was old news though. I know it was fairly well subscribed in Hong Kong. I saw that like a couple days ago. Or I don't know. Maybe there was some more news on it. Yeah, I can try to do. Yeah, I can try to do that. It's just that sometimes it takes me time to put that email together with the chart and everything.
Sorry,
You try to show.
One of the traders in Florida, they made this T-shirt for me. That's Matterhorn that I climbed in summer, and they said these levels are massive. Yeah, who was it?
Yeah, good.
I don't remember who was it. That was a really nice one. So
yeah, that's
I don't
great.
remember the name. Hopefully he's in the chat. He's from Texas. God, I forgot his name. Yeah. Anyway, whoever was that, thank you so much for that. That was a really nice one. So yeah, this is Matterhorn. This is the one in Switzerland that I climbed on August, and these levels are magic. Yeah. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't. But anyways, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. So.
I'm not liking anything here for rising devil trades. So I don't. If people are looking for a rising devil trade this morning, I don't see anything great.
Yeah, I don't see anything setting up like that for a good rising devil just yet.
Maybe let's take a look at Dell. I really didn't look at Dell. Maybe Dell's down quite a bit. Yeah, but it's above the VWAP, and it's kind of choppy.
Yeah, Dell's going to need some time to settle in and do something. I don't think it's going to be all that great at first because, right, so it is above the VWAP, and the pre-market actions, although it has 110,000, it's pretty choppy in the pre-market. The daily is what looks great on Dell. So if the Dell can get going, maybe 30 minutes into the market, set up a trend or lose the level that it has there, that 59 level we have. If it can lose that, it can be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the volume's pretty light on it too, so that's another.
All right, so we're asking a question on what's the watch list. So for those on YouTube, if you look over here where I am signaling the announcement tab, on here you can see the watches that we're watching. So for example, Brian has DE, HD, Roku, UAA, and Labu. Andrew has Baba, DE, Roku, BA, Dell, AVX, which we got to be careful AVX because I think the rumors of a buy or a possible buy. So we'll be on the lookout for that. UAA, and for the low float, which we really don't focus on, SFED is really the one that's moving great this morning for the low flow. Peter's watching Baba, DE, Roku, UAA, and Dell as well. So here you can see what the watch list is for us today.
Yeah, it looks like UAA is kind of breaking out here. So that could be quite interesting here. Big bid on UAA at 1879 right now. There's a couple of very large asks, I should say, not bids.
Let's take a look at Microsoft being mentioned in the chat. Not much volume right now, but again, it's been really strong, Microsoft as well. But again, not much volume pre-market. could be a good one to watch later on. As we mentioned, guys, let me move this Andrew's camera over here. We do have our scanners, right? So we have our turbo breakout to a breakdown. So if something pops up over here, we can tune into. If it's lighting up the scanners one way or the other, we can tune into that and see how that's trading. A day like today, Brian, I think you agreed. The scanners, it will be key today.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not loving stuff here. You know, there's a couple of things to watch, but D's breaking down a bit now. Yeah.
So
Under Armour, there's a lot of buying pressure here.
By the way, for those that don't know, Brian always says that I'm not loving anything here, and at the open, he completely kills it. He says that every day.
Well, no, there's some. Yesterday, I loved it. Roku's breaking out. Yeah, UAA seems like it's going to have a lot of interest. It's going through 19 now for sure, or almost for sure.
All right, guys, 1 minute to the open. I'm going to hop off. Andrew, do you want to keep it on for YouTube for the first 10, 15 or so? What do you want to do there?
We can keep the YouTube on, so people want to watch how we trade and how it's going on.
Okay, excellent. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. Trade safe. Yeah. I'll see you guys. We're off tomorrow, so I'll see you guys Friday, 8:30 Eastern time for the pre-market show. Take care.
I love making tons of money at the open. Yeah. UAA looks quite interesting. It's going to be it's probably going to drop maybe a little at the open. We'll see.
That popped up. Yeah. I hate when the stocks are moving in a pre-market like that. It's just
I was just watching it.
Remember, guys, on YouTube, if you're on YouTube and watching these, it's been 10 seconds lag. So make sure if you want to do mirror trading and stuff, be careful. It's 10 seconds lag. If you see anything in our YouTube, it's lag, guys. So just make this disclaimer. It's not something that we do. It's just the YouTube how it works. All right, so the market is open. Let's see what Baba is doing. Intel and Cisco are selling off. Yeah, Baba is strong. Baba is a long right now. I think Baba is a long, definitely. I'm looking at Baba for opening range break up. They opened very strong. Let's see if we can get a good
I got long UAA. Whoa, UAA selling some here.
Oh, that's a good pop. Really nice. Roku also really strong. See if you can get. DE is a short, that's for sure. I'm looking at see if I can get a short on DE or get a long on Baba after the first minute. Roku is also a very interesting long. Fear of missing out is really high right now for me. AVX didn't get any volume yet. Damn it. DE, I'm getting short some DE. And Baba is a lot. No. I'm getting short DE, guys. I'm short DE at 167.80. See if you can get a little bit short on that. Roku is a long. I want to see if you can Roku get on a pullback long on Roku.
Selling more here. UAA 21.
So I'm short DE. I want to see if you can crack the one low of the day. And I want to see what the okay, so DE is dropping. So let's see if you can hit the lows or not. Yeah, the low of the pre-market is there. All right, so I'm going short, guys. DE. I want to see if you can. Come on.
Looks like he's gonna.
So I'm sure that 167.80. I want to see if you can get a follow through below 60. Maybe not. So every time that's trying to go down, it's being bought back up. Baba popped up for 1 minute opening range break up. Yeah, the low of the pre-market is holding on DE. I'm getting a little bit cold feet on that. All right. Let's see if we can actually make the low. There's no big beat, so that's the thing. So I'm a little bit cold feet on DE. I don't know. I'm getting out slowly on that. That doesn't want to. I don't think it really wants to crack. So I'm slowly getting out of it. At least reduce my share size. All right, I'm all out on DE. It's not gonna. Yeah, see, that didn't give me the drop that I was really expecting for. Roku is amazing. Baba might be a good long. Let's see, Baba. I'm long Baba, guys. I'm long Baba for a break at 197.88. So I'm long Baba. So selling some at this pop at 197.88. Let's see if we can go above for the crack of 5 today. So long Baba, heavy, not very heavy though, but for the break of 5 today. Yes, so huge ask at 98.40. Beautiful. Yeah. So 98.40. So I'm at 97.88, and we'll just
long box. Selling some here, 18.
Sorry, which one?
Box really just broke out.
Roku is interesting. I'm having an eye on Roku for a long as well. On this pullback, I want to see if we can go long Roku on this pullback. Roku at 168. So I'm taking a long on Roku. So Baba, I'm all out on that. Roku, I think Roku is going to be. This is a nice pullback if you can get. Or actually, maybe not. So I might add into that. I want to see what it does, Roku, for open range break up. AVX, Dell popped up.
Well, Dell is popping. Yeah. SPY sold off. Now it's coming back.
So I want to see if Roku can go for the crack of 5 today. So I'm long Roku at 168. I want to see if he can crack. Out of it slowly. Actually, I don't like Roku that much, so I reduced my share size on Roku. Yeah, I'm all out Roku. I don't like the Roku right now because of that drop. So I'm all out on Roku. Let's see what it does. I don't like my entry on a 5-minute chart. It's gonna probably drop. Baba popped more. I'm all out on Baba, unfortunately, but damn. Yeah, I'm all out of Roku, and I'm glad I got out of Roku. UA was a nice pop. UAA was nice pop. See if you can actually get something on that. Baba, beautiful. I still have an eye on Roku for opening range breakup, 5-minute opening range breakup. I want to see if you can hold the VWAP or not. Very nice tour, very nice. I don't know if you guys took that trade on the Baba, but Baba was amazing. So I want to go back long on the Roku at 168.25. So I'm back long on it. Back long on Roku. I want to see if you can actually go for the high of the day.
Yeah, Baba's going to 200. That's what I'm guessing. Looks like it wants that. Yeah, it's pretty close now. Can't see it not making it there.
So I'm long Roku at 168, but I'm not sure if it's a good trade or not, honestly. Shit. Yeah, no. Yeah, so it's popping higher. Let's see if you can go for the crack of 5 today. So I'm long Roku at 168. Here we go. Let's see if you can go for the crack of 5 today for 1-minute range break up. Big ask, getting out of it. Let's see if you can. Yeah, it's very heavy for the break of 5 today. So I'm getting out of it more. I'm all out on it. I'm all out on Roku. I did get a good pop on it, but I don't know. DE is popping higher. I'm glad I'm not in DE.
Selling a little more box. 18.25.
I think Baba was the best trade. I think Baba was the best opening range breakup. Rocco is going to crack. It's just I don't want to see a huge ask at 168.50. It's going to crack the high of the day, but I'm not gonna make any other trades on it.
Yeah, UAA is doing good.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it is. Rocco is very heavy at the high. Every time that it tries to go up, even the asks are coming, but it just gets rejected. That's why I didn't have the patience to hold it, and I took a fairly small size on that. DE is squeezing people. I'm glad I'm not in DE. So that's the lesson that I gave in the first trading in the first 5 minutes. You got to be careful, because if you get stuck on a shorter squeeze, this is exactly what's going to happen to you. So Rocco might be a good entry now. I think Rocco might be a good entry right now at around 167. Then it drops to Vila. And I want to see what it does. DKS is hitting, huh? We traded DKS yesterday a lot, so let's see. So DKS, Sporting Goods. Oh yeah, it's setting off really hard, DKS.
Baba's pulling back to the VWAP here.
Yeah.
197.70.
That was a nice trade on UAA, Brian. Really nice.
Yeah, both of them. Well, UAA you could tell was going to be strong right at the open, so I just got that on the pullback. And then Box was the same thing. Just took a minute or two for Box to get going, but I could see it break out too.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not in Rocco. I'm so glad I got out of it. And it seems that, yeah, it did reject this 169.78. Yeah.
Roku's been, yeah, it's right back down where in the pre-market lows, so it may do a bit of a bounce here.
Dell might be a short. Going for the crack of low of the day. So I'm thinking short on Dell. I'm short Dell and 5084. I want to see if Dell. I'm short Dell at 5084, 5079. I want to see for the crack of low of the day. I'm short Dell at 5084. Stop loss would be above its moving averages. I think here we go. Done. Cover hotkey. So hotkey problem again. 50. Yeah, I'm just covering Dell, guys. It's a beautiful drop. It's hotkey today. I have some hotkey issues. I don't know why. So I think Dell is gonna be highway to hell. Hopefully, I think the next serious level that we have on Dell is I don't know. There is a bunch of level down here. I'm not sure if it's really something that we want to get in there or not. Oh yeah, here we go. Beautiful trade. So I'm getting out more at 50.20, 50.40. That's a really good drop on Dell, guys. Dell. Who buys Dell Apple anyways? Dell computers. Short this stock. On the daily chart, we have this 49.37, but I doubt it goes in there. We got to find a different level. It probably bounces back around one of these. I doubt Dell goes down below 50 with just one pop. It's not the type of a stock that goes down too much, and it's already right now sitting at a level. So I'm out mostly of my position there. Baba dropped like a boss. Yeah, so my stop loss on Dell is right now at break even, but I do hope that we get another drop on it on below 50. Baba did some stuff. Baba is going for the low of the day, huh? It's because of a SPY. Is the SPY dropping? Yeah, I think that has another leg down. So my hands are on the hotkey, so we can actually drop below 50. I think he has one more drop on it.
Wow.
Baba is
Yeah,
going for a crack of low.
EVH is just got halted. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm short there, guys. For those of you on YouTube, I don't know how many people are watching on YouTube. So yeah,
Nice.
so for those, oh, what the hell? Covering at 50.
Cover.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was short with you too.
Come on, Brian. Take your own trade. Why are you copying my trade? I'm just kidding.
I'm still in box.
Where did you get box from, by the way?
Yeah, but it just was. Well, somebody mentioned it in the room, and I started watching it, and it was actually in the CNBC news feed.
Somebody messaged me, and that's yeah, shit. Somebody messaged me on WhatsApp. What is this? Dropping.
Yeah. Oh, DE squeezing.
DE. Oh, I'm so glad I got out of DE. It's 170.
Box.
You're welcome, Seth. You're welcome. Go and have fun with your wife with the money that you made on Dell. Yeah, so I think DE was a really nice trade. I just, yeah, you can't be in any trade really. So that's the thing. Message this WhatsApp. Hopefully this drops. I think it's going to crack 50. I'm sure it's going to crack 50. Yes, so a big bid on 50. It's going to crack 50. It's going to go 49.80. See? Yes. Yes. Go to hell, Dell.
It's going.
Oh, there you go. So now Dell is getting the 50.
Yeah.
Come on, crack the 50. My hand's on a hotkey. As soon as we crack the 50, I'm going to buy. I'm going to cover. Sell it to me. Come on. 50, 50, 50. I'm just buying some for fun here at 50.06 in case we bounce back. Big beat on 50.04. Oh, no.
Box, baby.
Where did you get bucks from, by the way?
It was in CNBC News, and somebody mentioned it in the room.
Oh, it is on the RSI Extreme as well.
And I looked.
Brian is long.
Just
what's that? Look at that move. Showed up on scanner. Yeah, it is. It's on our scanner. See, these scanners are magic. That's my new quote.
There we go.
So I have an 80.77 level, and it's going to crack the 50 Dell. Yeah, it's kind of looks like a psychological level 2 for.
All out box, 1875. Yeah, this 50 level just looks like it's not wanting to give up here on Dell, eh?
All right, so I think this Dell is not going to do something on 50, so I might actually slowly get out more on that. Wants to mess around with us on Dell, so I'm getting out a little bit more on that. I have a little bit of shares left. Seems like it wants to do some stuff at 50.
Still looks weak, but yeah, it's hard to say. It might do a little bit of a bounce here. Wow.
UAA.
EVH just is halted now, but it's it just tanked. All right, what else we got? Roku's been dancing all over the place. Whoa, EVH is opening. Wow. Just be careful trading EVH, guys. It's really erratic.
EVH.
Yeah, it's come up on Benzinga. I don't know. There's obviously been some bad news on it. Oh, look at Box is falling now. I'm glad I got out of that.
Look at this level. I didn't have Box, but look at this level. I don't know where I had this 1878 level from. I think from the past.
Wow.
Here, if this level is not magic, you tell me what the magic is.
I know. I am really. It's amazing. It's exactly where you would have expected it.
Back in June, bounce back. Well, Dell is messing with us, so I'm gonna hold the Dell with shares left, and I'm not gonna make any other trades, guys. I think I had a really good day. I think Roku possibly wants to go even down from 166.
Tesla seems to be on a bit of a tear.
Yeah, I think Roku might go for the crack of low of the day, 165.60. Box might go down.
Yeah, Baba didn't quite get to 200. Maybe it might turn around here.
Sorry, Baba.
Yeah. Interesting.
Did I trade DE2? Oh yeah, I did go short.
Yeah, you went short at the open and then got out of it. I think you made a few bucks. Yeah, I didn't really like it for a rising devil trade. It just was too choppy. Plus it was right at the VWAP near the open.
I could get a bigger move on Baba, but
Baba just
I think
doesn't.
I thought short Dell and see what Dell is doing some stuff. It's unlikely that goes crack to 50, and I'm probably getting a stopped out at the break even. So my stop loss is now at the break even. Very nice, guys. Very nice. So how did you do, guys, in the chat room? Did anyone make money? It was how was your day? Just awesome. Nice store. 2 of 2. Very nice. 3 of 3.
Yeah,
very nice. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I think Thor caught Baba on that move.
So what Tor? What did you trade? Can't retire, but I'm green. Yeah. I think Bucks might actually go for the crack of 5 today. Bucks has one big pop in it. I want to see if he can actually trade Bucks. I might not trade that, but it seems that he wants to do one crack. See, Rocco. Did anyone took the Rocco to the short side? I told you Rocco is going to go crack these levels. Rocco is a short to hell. Yes, nice, Matt. Nice, Samir. Yeah, it was obvious that he's going to crack that. Very nice trade on Baba. I don't know who's. Very nice. Yeah, it's gonna go red to green, green to red. I think if you get a good entry, you might actually go for another green to red too. Sorry, Mir. Yeah, no, I should watch my language. Yeah, Bucks might go for the break of 1860. Yeah, Bucks might go for the break of 5 today.
Yeah, it does look strong. Look like on a daily.
Yeah, it's garbage. Oh, it got halted, but Bucks.
Yeah, it halted again.
Amen. If you're listening, or Carlos, can you guys take a screenshot of Dell for a engulfing crack for a risk to reward, both on a 1 minute chart and for both for 1 minute chart and 5 minute chart for risk management for updated class? Yes, please. So just take a screenshot. I can actually take a screenshot as well. So for you, both of you. So yeah, so that's a good screenshot. It's a really good screenshot. So I'm actually saving it into my link, because that's a really good for education center. I'll send it to you, Carlos, for the classes for update, because we're updating the classes and removing all of those old videos. So Box is cracking. So Box is going. He tried to go up for the break of 5 today. See how it does. If I see a huge ask, I might jump in there, but I have to see a very big sign for the ask to go in there. Not yet.
Yeah. See, now Dell has to hold here at this 50-20. If it doesn't, it may start going lower.
MU moving up, our buddy MU. I miss MU. What's going on, buddy? MU. Yeah. I think. Let's see. It looks struggling here. That's why I'm not going to trade it unless I see a huge signal here. Rocco green to red, as we were expecting. Rocco is weak.
So we'll see if Dell puts in a double bottom here. I think Dell, it's hard to say if it's going to hold here or not. It's a little early for a double bottom.
No, Dell is going to crack, guys. I know. I'm going to actually put some order at 40.80 because it's going to crack. I am 100% sure that it's going to crack. So I'm going to send the order to cover at... Oh, what happened to my order? I am 100% sure on Dell. Wait a minute,
yeah, it does look weak still. You're right.
It's gonna be at 49.80. I'm gonna put some order at 49.80 to cover. I think it's gonna crack that. Look at the huge beats. These two different beats from EDGX and Nasdaq. So it's gonna crack that. So. So I have ordered at 49.80. Put a little bit at 40.80, 49.52. Oh, there you go. Yes, I'm gonna get filled at 49.80. Come on, yeah. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why did I get that filled? Yeah, it's gonna get filled. I know it's gonna get filled.
Nice.
Well, it did hit. Oh, there you go. So I got filled now at 49.80. I think it's gonna go even 49.56. So and I want to have some at 49. I think we have 56 level, so it just covers some over there, just for fun. And EVH is still halted. So yeah, when something is going crazy for news and stuff, so the exchange would halt everything.
Funny, UAA is struggling. Looks like it might want to roll over. I don't think I'm going to take a trade on it though, but
Box Box is really holding. So now there is a big ask at 88.77. So I think we're getting there. Oh, there you go. So there's a 90,000 shares. I think we're getting there for a crack. I think we're getting there for a crack on Box. So as you see, the asks are start building up. I mean, it wasn't ready for that time, but now it's getting. But is it 100%? No, it still is not 100%. Anything can happen. But as you see here, is just EVH. We have shares for short as well. That's very interesting. What's the news on EVH? Does anyone know? I don't look at the level Benzinga, unfortunately. Nate, big ask indicates that there is a seller sitting out there waiting for the price to come to it. So that's usually a bullish sign. I know it's very counterintuitive. You might say, "Oh, there's a big seller, then the price should go down." No, but that's a seller that is not willing to sell yet. So he's confident or she's confident that price is coming to her or him. So that's why asking for more. The opposite is a huge bid. When someone is buying at the lower price, it means that they have the confidence that the price comes to them. They're not willing to buy anything higher. Again, it's just an indicator. It's not something that 100% you can always try on that. You have to always look at the other stuff. But in this case, as you see, there are a couple of people at 1870, 1872. They have big orders, but they're not willing to sell at 1860. They can, if they're desperate, they can just accept 5 cents lower and sell it to this guy at 1861. But they're not. They say, no, come to me. And that's usually the sign that shows the psychology of trading.
talked about this yesterday, everybody. I mean, if look at how Roku respected that previous day close. Just literally was a level that it bounced right off of. I did not trade that, but that was probably a tradable level. Could have got a buck on that.
Oh yeah, that was an amazing trade. I was thinking of taking it at 166, so it dropped to 164. So that's a very decent trade.
So right off that previous day close.
Yeah, apparently Dell is done. So I'm thinking of I'm getting out of my last position in Dell. So I'm all out on Dell. I think it was done. So 49.56 was a little bit of a stretch for that. Thanks, Brian, for sharing that.
Yeah. CLVS has really been on a tear, especially since that Medco deal early in the week on Monday. It's everybody obviously thinks they're the next
people on YouTube. There's a lot of people are watching our YouTube live, so I want to see if there's any question from YouTube people.
Woo! CLVS selling
Thanks,
off.
Urshilya. Sorry, what happened, Brian?
Oh, just watching CLVS right now. It really sold off. Should have bought that.
Oh, yeah, that was a big drop.
Should have bought that when it dropped down close to 1160. Almost. I'm just kind of done for the day because I've had some good trades. Otherwise I probably would have jumped in on that. Profit taking.
EVH is back trading. Got halted a few times. There was an icon in DAS that shows the halt time. I don't know what was that. I mean, does anyone know that? There was something in DAS that it shows the halt time. It doesn't include it in the chart. So something, I don't know, where was it? It was in data configuration or somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone know that? No, it does show the minutes exactly, but there was a feature, I remember that. I don't know. I think it was maybe in a chart area configuration. So these 5 minutes, they dissolve it into that montage. No, it is in a chart. I know it's a chart. Montage. Rocco. Yeah, Rocco. I don't know. I mean, Rocco has already sold off, and it bounced back a couple of times from this level. Do I want to go short? No. Do I want to take it to the long? No. I mean, it can go either way. There's still a chance that cracks the low of the day. But this is the type of trade that I'm not going to take because the risk to reward is also not there for me. So, as I mentioned, the risk to reward is also something that you have to consider. If I go short now, my stop loss is this moving average as my profit here. So the risk to reward is not there for me. So it is kind of a gamble. So I just don't want to be in any trade that I cannot read the direction. UAA Under Armour might go back for the high of the day. Let me check the daily chart on UAA. So the next level is 1954. It's already bouncing through some important levels. So yeah. As you see, there is this 19. There is a level right now that's struggling, so it might go for the crack. But again, we're getting into a time of the day that these huge momentums are slowly getting out of the steam. Viv. Let's check out Viv. Oh. Yeah, somebody was mentioning Viv. Mir, did you mention Viv? Somebody knew something. It's 168. If these levels are not magic, Carlos, take a screenshot of this and tweet this, please. This is magic. Let me actually take a screenshot on a daily chart. Let's see what we get that. I'm actually taking a screenshot myself to show it to people.
So CLVS got through 12.
Yeah, UAA is doing that stuff. So I'm just CLVS. Yeah.
Just rocking.
Yeah, beautiful. I gotta tweet this one.
It's funny, Bed Bath and Beyond is is moving up. I think people that are short this, there's like a 74% short interest on BBBY. I think people are getting nervous about holding this short, especially after the Best Buy earnings report yesterday. Wow.
All right, guys. Carlos, can you stop the pre-market show, the YouTube? Guys on YouTube, thank you so much for staying with us. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, andrew@bearbultraders.com or team@bearbultraders.com. I'm done with my trade. I'm going to do the recap very soon. Yeah, well, thanks, really appreciate for staying. Cheers, guys. So yeah, so that's going to be pre-market